All right, BradCooney.com, in association with HCN Networks, is absolutely honored to have on board once again Republic Recording Artist and Season 8 of The Voice champion Sawyer Fredericks. Sawyer, what is up, man?
Not much. I'm home right now and enjoying the farm life.
Yeah, what's this about a new calf I saw too? You had a little baby cow was born.
Yeah, a couple days ago we just had a new calf, and we haven't named her yet, but once my dad and my brother Eric get home, we'll name her.
Any front-running names?
Probably Irene or Iris.
Nice. All right, cool, man. All right, so how's life been, man? So you won, of course, you know, everybody knows on the planet Earth that you won Season 8 of The Voice, and, and you've moved on to your recording career. So how's it going, man? How's life in general?
Life's been great. I've been enjoying performing and writing on the farm. I mean, I have a few performances coming up in San Francisco, LA, Portland, and Seattle with Langhone Slim, which I'm so excited about just because he's one of my favorite artists.
Yeah, that jumps down to my fourth question, so we'll just segue into that and then come back into my other ones. How did that come about? And I know you're excited because I know you're big fans of theirs. Now to be touring with them, just kind of talk about that a little bit more.
I think it kind of came about, I mean, because I've been, like, posting stuff on, like, Twitter and Instagram, like, just talking about, like, how much I love their album, The Way We Move. And I think they kind of just noticed me, and they offered me to open up to them. So I was really excited for that, just because I loved their music, and the way, how much emotion they put into their song really connects to the way I write music. So.
And how many shows will you be doing with them?
I will be doing 4 shows.
Nice. And how many songs will you get to play on your sets?
It's probably going to be about a 30-minute set. So with my song, that's probably going to be 7 songs. Awesome.
All right, let me bounce back to another question I had. The EP you put out, how's that EP doing for you so far? And when can the fans expect a full album and a tour afterwards?
Well, the full album, we're hoping it will be coming out early spring, and that's after the full album's out. That's probably when I'm going to be going on tour. And I've been actually working with a band, doing a lot of band rehearsals for touring. And the EP is doing great. I mean, it got up to number 5 on overall iTunes album charts, which is really cool. And I've just heard nothing but good responses.
Yeah, me too. That makes 2 of us. In fact, I don't think I've ever heard anything negative from any of your songs ever. So that's a pretty good record, man. All right, so I had a fan that wanted me to ask you about your song "Afraid," and actually a couple people brought this up, and they were wondering why this song doesn't make your set list when you play live. Is there anything to that? First of all, is that true? Because I haven't seen all your sets. And if so, what's up with that?
I mean, yeah, it doesn't make all my sets just because I have so many songs, and it's one of those older ones, and it's also has to do with a little bit of the tuning of my guitar, and I don't feel like tuning it in sets. But I think the real reason is just because it's an old song, and I stopped singing it for a while, and I just kind of need to get back into it and learn it again.
Right. And so the fans that may not be dialed in as far as tuning guitars, it means you have to tune down to a different chord, correct?
Yeah, and I also got to put a capo on it, so right. It's a big hassle, like switching in between songs and that, and I don't want to make the audience wait.
I hear you, man. All right, another fan wanted to know about your song "Stone," and they wanted to know if it would be released on iTunes.
I mean, at some point, I definitely want to get it out there just because I want people to be able to hear it. But at the moment, we don't have any plans.
Okay. All right. So this is another one that popped up. Everybody wanted to know about the Blake Shelton commercial you did with the car and how to drive. First of all, it looked like it was a lot of fun. Just talk about that commercial a little bit.
Well, that commercial was a lot of fun working with Blake just because he's a hilarious guy, and having all the cameras around us, and I had a double because I couldn't wouldn't actually be driving the car.
Right. Not legally, right.
Yeah. So there was that. So it was just the whole, like, funny thing going on, because what they had us, like, saying and stuff like that. It was a really fun time.
I've never met the guy, but I can tell he's funny as heck. I mean, he's just witty. Did you give the car away? Did you give it to your mom? Did I read that right?
Yes, I did. I gave the car that I got to my mom.
Awesome. So where are you now as far as your driving career? Are you legally driving yet?
No, I'm not. I haven't even started getting my driver's license.
So who's got time for that? I'm about to say, who's got time for that? You're a freaking global musician now.
Yeah, I'll just have drivers.
There you go. You skip that part of the learning to drive. Just have drivers now. I hear you, man. All right, let me move this along. You mentioned a minute ago about the band, and I had another fan that wanted to know if you can talk about the band that's your tour band, and who are they?
I'm pretty sure I can talk about it. I'm not positive, but my cousin Art is going to be in the band, or at least the touring band, and it's going to be Chris Morrison and Bob. Bob is going to be the drummer. Chris Morrison is going to be a guitar player and also some background vocals.
Now, some of your old YouTube videos before you were discovered and went on The Voice, I saw you playing. Was your cousin in one of those videos where you guys were playing out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a few videos of me playing with them. One at the farmers market, and one is in Saratoga, and we're like playing on the street.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was the case. All right, so I'm going through these fan questions. All right, another fan, her name is Karen. She wants to know what would be your ideal music career. She wants to know, would you rather be big and mainstream, or would you rather keep it like smaller shows and sticking to more, off the radar kind of? Because I guess she's asking that because you're always, you've been pretty shy, but you've come out of your box a little bit here lately. But what's your answer to her?
Yeah, it's kind of a hard question for me just because I don't really like thinking that far ahead. I kind of just, I'm seeing where it all takes me. And I mean, I love performing for big venues, but I also don't really care for too much interviews.
Yeah.
But I guess I probably will get better at them, and then they won't bother me as much.
Yeah. I'm friends with Brad Arnold. He's the lead singer of Three Doors Down. You know the rock band Three Doors Down?
I probably have heard a lot of their music, but I don't listen to it.
Kryptonite. You know that song Kryptonite? They have a song called Kryptonite.
Oh, yeah, I love that song.
Yeah, that's Three Doors Down. They're from Mississippi, where I live. In fact, he lives pretty close to me. But I asked him one time about big venues, because of course they play stadiums and stuff like that in their prime.
That's crazy.
And he said he had a lot more fun playing in the smaller venues. It was more personable for him.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, just because you can also be a little more intimate with the audience.
Mm-hmm. Exactly right. All right, another fan, her name's Shannon. She wanted to know about a tour bus. So when you do go on this tour after you release your first full album, will you have a Sawyer Fredericks tour bus?
I have no idea. we're getting something that we're going to be going with, but it might just be like a normal van and then a trailer in the back for all our gear.
I hear you, man. I gotta ask the questions. Some of these, you wouldn't believe some of the questions that I've decided not to ask you.
I think I
would. Yeah, I'm sure you would. All right, let's see. What about fame, man? Like, I watched a lot of your YouTube videos previous to, you becoming a famous singer, and then of course we all watched you, blow up all over the world. What about fame, man? Is it what you thought it was going to be? Is there anything that's not cool about it, or things you really enjoy about it?
I think it's kind of what I thought it would be. I mean, before The Voice, I wasn't on social media at all, so I had to change that and get on social media, and that was a big shocker for me. I'm not exactly sure how social media is when you're not famous. But I enjoy it just because I love having the support of my fans, and there's certain things that bother me a little bit just because whenever I want to share more new music with people, most of the time they've already have heard it on some kind of YouTube channel or something. But it's still just getting the music out there, so that's really good.
Yeah, man. Social media is amazing. Just in the hype up of this interview, you know, of course, I use it too to advertise that you're coming on the show. My followers list just blows up. I get all these new followers. It's like I'm piggybacking off of Sawyer Fredericks, you know, success. I got follows from like big people though. Like, I mean, talking like a silver medalist from the Australian figure skating team follow me now, you know, because of Sawyer Fredericks. Yeah, all these, you know, producers, and it's pretty good stuff, man. Social media. I want to talk real quick. I know we got a few more minutes. Your aunt, Saskia, is in a really good movie, 10 Days in a Madhouse. And she's obviously really proud of you, and I'm guessing right back at her, you're very proud of her. Talk about that in her movie a little bit.
When I heard about that, I was so happy for her, and the fact that it was like it coming out. I wasn't able to open up for as a movie premiere because I was out and doing another performance somewhere. But I'm just so happy for her for that, and I mean she's been supporting me for a long time, and every time I go to New York City, she lets me stay in her place. So I can't be more thankful to her, and I'm very proud.
Yeah, man, she's such a great girl. I've talked to her a few times. In fact, she's coming up on this podcast next week. I think I got her on, and we've been trying to get your mom on too, man. But she handed me off to you, and I think the fans are pretty happy with that handoff. Sawyer, man, anything you want to say in closing? We're coming up on the end of our time frame. I always like to give the guests an opportunity to talk to the fans. Also, if you would share your social networks and anything else you want plugged in this podcast.
I mean, my social networks are pretty simple. It's Sawyer Fredericks, that's FRDRX, on Instagram and Twitter, and it's Sawyer Fredericks on Facebook and Sawyer Fredericks on YouTube. So it's pretty simple to find me on any kind of social media. But I really just want to say thank you to all my fans for all the support, and I'm so happy I'm going to be getting to be performing with Langhone Slim, and it just wouldn't have happened without them.